Welcome back to another edition of Scouring Soldier Systems for things that I want or don't want. I'm Jeremy with A to Z Shooting, and another week has passed since our last episode, which means we have things to talk about. SHOT Show is upon us, which means the who's who of the gun industry will gather in Las Vegas to peddle their wares, attempting to part you and I of our precious currency. They'll bring in Chuck Norris and Lou Ferrigno to convince you to consume more products, and if you're not careful, the PSYOP will work. So let's talk it out together, because Lord knows I'd rather be here with you than out there with them being propositioned by salacious married gun executives and fertile gunfluencers. So let's not waste any more time and dive into some of the notable things that have already been announced pre-SHOT Show. Coming in at number one is actually two guns, but the same category as far as I'm concerned. The Smith & Wesson 1854 Stealth Hunter and the Henry lever action Supreme rifle or laser. Not a huge fan of that. Yes, we get not one, but two tactical lever action rifles, which I ask myself every few years, who is asking for these? Seriously, who wants these? I have to assume it's the Yellowstone cowboy LARP crowd, who seem to be the only people keeping these and the leather duster industry alive. Considering what you get, some rails and M-lock slots, and in the case of the laser, accepting of Magpul magazines, neither of these will come in at a reasonable price worth purchasing for the average gun owner. And especially in the case of the laser, there are just better alternatives out there. I gotta say, this is a miss for me, fam. Coming in at number two is the Primary Arms PLX HTX-1 enclosed pistol optic. Primary Arms is throwing their hat into the enclosed optics ring with the PLX HTX-1. Primary Arms is known for their quality budget optics, so many have high hopes for this little guy. Their new entry boasts an exclusive modular chassis system versus bulky optics plates. And the new design minimizes height overbore and lets you co-witness with standard height iron sights, which does remain true to spirit to remaining a budget entry. You don't have to go out and buy new sights for anything to co-witness with whatever. Most importantly, these are going to be manufactured in the United States, which not many other optics brands can say. I typically err on the side of caution with version 1.0 products, but because this is made in the United States and Primary Arms has a great track record when it comes to optics, I'm excited about it. Looking at the price, we can see it's more expensive than some of the more budget offerings like Holosun, taking us more from the budget category to the bougie category. Let's just hope its functionality can justify the price. Looking at you, Sig Romeo 2. I am intrigued by this one, but I just had to do the optics plate shuffle for a Vortex Defender, so I'm still healing. This is a hard maybe. We'll see what early reviews say. Speaking of a kick in the Swedish meatballs, just as soon as I was finally able to save up enough for an Aimpoint Acro, after I had just sold my Aimpoint Nano, comes the Aimpoint COA. And as if that wasn't bad enough, it's a new proprietary optics cut. God, I hope there's no more of those coming out for SHOT Show. In addition to the new proprietary optics cut and the new optic, as if that wasn't bad enough, you have to purchase a brand new Glock just to get the optic. As if there weren't enough optic cuts and Glocks out there to cause enough headaches, we now have the A-cut interface. Available in the G43X, the G48, the G19 Gen 5, the G45, and the G47 models. Yes, you heard me right the first time I said it. The only way that you can get this optic is with the purchase of a new pistol. Do not like this business practice. No word on how much this will be, but considering the price of an optics cut Glock and the cost of an Aimpoint Acro, we can probably do some quick boy math and get the gist. The real issue, however, will be availability, as Glock and Aimpoint fanboys gobbled these up on release. I probably won't remember this product by next week. It's a pass, but I mean, probably not the last we'll see of the A-cut. You'll probably have to cut a couple of your slides in A-cut in the near future, so just get ready for that. Speaking of a kick in the bollocks, Shield Sights also announced a set of fully enclosed pistol optics in their proprietary optics cut, the Shield Footprint. These allow you to co-witness with your current standard height iron sights, which is always easier on the wallet. I do like that trend moving forward. Besides that, the standard stuff you expect in a modern pistol optic, 12-stage brightness settings, night vision compatible, an overblown estimate on battery life, and submersible to 30 feet for 30 minutes. God, I'd love to be able to test that warranty here in the Florida saltwater. Coming in at or around the price of an Aimpoint Acro or a Primary Arms PLX HTX-1. And for a footprint I just don't have anything in, you're gonna have to do better than this to entice me, you bloody bastards. This is gonna be a pass. Reticle features here? I don't know what's going on with the Dragon Balls here in this situation. I'm a little biased. I've used a Shield pistol optic before and the refresh rate was actually pretty bad. So kind of turned me off. I don't have anything in the Shield footprint, and literally I refuse to do it. So, okay, moving on. We're moving on. Strike Industries has launched a new firearms brand, Strike Arms. I am a fan of modularity, and as a Glock owner and shooter, I enjoy being able to try different things. I'm ashamed to admit that I'm jealous of the modularity that SIG P320 owners enjoy with their platform, specifically swapping grip modules on the fly. Glock shooters have been limited in that regard, but now are not only getting a new grip module to add to the collection, but are getting an entirely new firearms brand. Strike Industries, who are well known for their firearms accessories, have finally dove into the world of firearms manufacturing and announced Strike Arms. The Strike Arms pistol compact frame is a serialized upgrade for Gen 3 Glock pattern pistols. Aggressively stippled 1911 style grip angle, extended beaver tail, double undercut trigger guard,
double chunk chocolate cookie,
improved ergonomics. Can you ask for any more? Well, evidently you can, because they also just leaked a P90 chassis that looks like it was pulled straight from Master Chief's hands. If this is what we can expect more of in the future from Strike Arms, color me excited. Seriously, that's like some straight Neil Blomkamp rendering right there. I'm a fan. I like it. It's cool. Yeah, and then of course, if you have a P320, they've got a bunch of these Strike chassis coming out. Once again, the Raider is the standard to live by, but I applaud anyone pushing the envelope or doing anything different, and it certainly looks like Strike Industries, or rather Strike Arms, will be doing that. So cool. All right, our last entry on the list is the Midwest Armor GP double mag pouch, and I'm starting to see a trend here. Spirit of System started it with the JSTA pouch. Our Aussie friends at Plat Attack upped the ante with the Billy version 2, and now Midwest Armor has responded with the American budget-minded, no-nonsense named GP double mag pouch. And it's just that, a small-sized general-purpose pouch with a slot in the back that accepts up to 2 M4 magazines. Or you can look at it like it's 2 mag pouches with a general purpose pouch attached to the front. Whether or not you're a glass half full or empty kind of guy, this is a great option to maximize your gear real estate. This is likely a little larger than the JSTA and more in line with the Plat Attack Billy V2, but at $49 for the pouch, including retention, with the amount of popular patterns it comes in, it's an extremely competitive offering, and I've already bought some and am waiting for them to arrive. Buy this and thank me later. There's also a 20% off discount code in the description. Make sure to tell them that Jeremy from A to Z Shooting sent you. That concludes everything of note for this episode. Of course, there's some things that I likely forgot. Please let me know in the comments if there's something that you're excited for at this year's SHOT Show. Until the next time, I'll see you then.